I have been buying a lot of DVDs recently.
Beautiful. That's the one. Yeah, cheers.
Earlier this week, I received a message from a viewer of the channel and they said that there were some DVD box sets that were heavily reduced at a local retail store. Now, if you guys have watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I absolutely love to sell DVDs on eBay. So any opportunity to find a profitable deal, I'm gonna jump at it. So in this video today, I wanna take you through my week of sourcing DVDs to flip for a profit on eBay. I did some retail arbitrage, Facebook Marketplace, and some thrift stores. But before we dive in, I did notice that there are a few of you that are watching regularly, but you are not yet subscribed to the channel, and subscribers really massively help the channel grow. So if you're able to just go ahead and hit that button for me, I'll be forever grateful, and I'll make sure that the rest of the videos that I produce are exactly what you want to be watching every single time. So you need to have the eProfit calculator and the eBay app on hand if you're going to be doing any form of retail arbitrage. Now this was a pretty tight scenario because it was only 30% off the box sets, and that's actually relatively tight in the sense of trying to find profit. But we did okay with these ones here. We've got the complete series of DC Legends of Tomorrow. I really sort of scanned around every single TV show that you can see on this table here. There were other rows of DVDs that I could go out and have a look at as well. It was actually pretty comprehensive. There were a lot of different DVDs to pick from, and that can often be a little bit overwhelming. The Outback Truckers series here of 1 to 9, that was $95. I was basically just trying to find items that was selling on eBay for more than what the sticker price was, because it was only going to improve when I got the further 30% off. There was this one here, Legacies, and it was priced at $75 in store. It was actually selling on eBay for more than that. But when you take off the 30% discount and then you put it on the eProfit calculator, it was only going to make about $20 to $25 in profit. I could have definitely done it, but I ended up leaving it behind. I went into the rows, like I was saying, there were a ton of other rows. Have a look at all of this. This one actually really did catch my eye. We've got Sons and Daughters here, and I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but I'm going to break it down a little bit later in the video. But this is one of the rarest DVDs that you could be finding literally on eBay altogether. And it's actually quite uncommon to see in a store like this, a retail store, the complete series of this show. They often just sell like this one here, years 3 and 4 only, and it might be $160, but the entirety of the set, collection 1 through to collection number 6, that was actually quite interesting to see, because a lot of the other DVDs on this shelf, like Wentworth down the bottom there in the clip, you know, that wasn't in their entirety. So the fact that this one was, I dare say there wasn't too many stores around Australia that had that, but this next DVD was a big one.
Hey mate, I think I've got Prisoner hiding somewhere too. Beautiful. That's the one. Yeah, cheers.
Call me crazy, but I have just spent $1,000 on DVDs from a retail store. How the hell are you meant to profit from that? Well, that 30% off special is definitely going to come in handy from a profit perspective. And I won't lie, that Prisoner box set that I ended up picking up, I spent $525 on it. So, I don't know. We'll see how we go, but I'm very, very confident in the numbers, and I want to take you through that process of the numbers in this video so that you can go out and do this same sort of thing, source retail arbitrage opportunities when they present themselves. So the first one that I want to take you through is these two. This was Outback Truckers and DC Legends of Tomorrow. Now, doing my comp research on eBay, I noticed that there was an average sale price of about $150 odd for these, but the lowest price points were about $135. Now, when I'm doing retail arbitrage, I always want to look at the worst case scenario, and that would be $135 a piece for these two. Now, buying them for like $95 and $99, having the 30% reduction, I knew that I was paying about 70 bucks in. So when it's 70 into 130, the eProfit calculator tells me that I should be able to make about $30 in profit on those two items. Now, typically speaking, when you're in thrift stores, flea markets, and garage sales, having that sort of a return, $30 profit on a $70 spend, isn't typically what you would see. You would always see far greater profit margins, but you've got to remember, these are completely brand new and sealed product, and you're buying them from a retail store. So you're never going to get those margins. You've always got to have the anticipation that the margin's going to be a little bit tighter, just like that. Now, the margins got even tighter on Prison Break, but the dollar in my pocket works out to be a pretty good result. Now, I looked at the data around Prisoner because this used to be the most expensive DVD on eBay. At one point, it was priced up at $1,200 and it was selling regularly whenever you found it. Now, that has since changed. Maybe it's YouTubers like myself talking about the value of the product that's brought it down a little bit, but this was the only one that they have had in store for a good 6 months to a year now, and nobody's been buying it at $750. Sure enough, with the $525 sale price, I had to go ahead and buy this because the eProfit calculator says that I should be able to make $125 if it goes on to sell for $750 on eBay. Again, worst case scenario on eBay, the sales for this is 4 sales, and there are 9 comparisons that are listed for sale. So I'm competing against 9 other listings, 4 of which are priced way over top. They're talking like $1,000 listing price for this, and it sells between $750 and $780. So I'm gonna price mine up for $750. I'm gonna be that lowest price, which speeds up my sell-through rate. And if it does come through for $750, which it should, because I'm not gonna be negotiable and I'm not gonna do promoted listings, we should get a quick turnaround on this leading into the Christmas period coming up, and I'll make $125 in profit on that. Do I think if you're just starting out on eBay, you should be going out and finding items to only make this sort of a profit margin? No. But I've been doing this for 5 years. It is my #1 best-selling category, the DVDs. So I'm happy to go ahead and buy, every now and again, just buy scenarios where the profit margins are a little bit less, but I'm still making $125 in profit on this deal, and I'm gonna get my $525 back as well. You gotta remember, you do get your cost of goods back. When I say 125 profit, I'm actually meaning I get about $675 back in my pocket. So it's not too bad. I do think the sell-through rate will be fairly decent on that. It is just such a big collectible DVD set, but I went there off the tip to go and get Prisoner, but I've actually gone and found, doing my research in store, an even better deal. This is Sons and Daughters, and when you search DVD on eBay for the rarest DVDs, this is arguably one of the most expensive DVD box sets right now over the last 90 days on eBay. And here I am with collection 1 to 6, the complete series set of Sons and Daughters. Now, on eBay, there's a lot of different series that are selling between collection 1 to 4, maybe a random collection 3 going for $150 odd, but there are only 2 listings on eBay that are trying to sell exactly what I have my hands on here. So I'm gonna be the 3rd listing that competes with those 2 others. Now, those 2 other listings have had 5 sales within their listing over the journey of the last 90 days. So they've had some really good traction, some really good sales. Now, one of them is selling it at, I think it's $1,100 or $1,200. And then the other person, which I really want their last item to go on to sell, is selling for $750. So either $750 to $1,100 or $1,200. I'm going to go ahead and match the $750 one and list it up for $750 because I've bought this for $406. So the discount was, I think, $580 reduced down to $406 in store, and the profit return on it, I believe, is $212. So $212 on Sons and Daughters, $30 each on Outback Truckers and DC Legends, and $125 on Prisoner. I should be able to make $400 in profit, and I've had to spend $1,000 to get my hands on that opportunity of $400 profit. So it is a different game when you were doing retail arbitrage, but I actually think a $400 profit return off $1,000 spent in a retail store in the category that I absolutely love to sell, this was a really good result. You see that transition? That's just one of the new editing techniques that I've been learning recently using Skillshare, who are also the sponsor of today's video. I've always wanted to level up my video editing skills, and Skillshare really has made it super easy. They're the largest online learning platform for creatives, with thousands of classes on everything from video editing, photography, design, and business. When I signed up, I told Skillshare my interests, and they instantly recommended me classes that matched my goals, and that's how I found DaVinci Resolve Video Editing by Addy Singh. This class taught me everything from stepping through the basics of a new software to adding in cool transitions and overlays like the ones that you're seeing in my videos. Guys, I know it's scary, but 2026 is just around the corner, and I'm sure you've got something that you want to learn next year. Maybe it's learning how to perfect the perfect scrambled eggs, or maybe you want to learn how to play the guitar. Skillshare is 100% the place to do it. And don't worry, I've got you covered. Skillshare has hooked me up. For the first 500 people that use the link in my description or this QR code right here, you're going to get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare, plus you're going to get 20% off your first payment. So you can absolutely get started today. Hopefully you like the video editing. I'm going to continue to use Skillshare and hopefully dial it in even more over the journey. Big thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into some more finds.
That's all right, found it. All good. Yeah, no worries.
No, I've literally had
Thank
people
you.
who
Ta.
even asked me about, they were sorry that they missed the dinosaurs
Oh, it's a good one.
this week.
Yeah,
So,
they wanted it.
yeah.
That's all right.
So, and I know we had that box hidden away.
Yeah.
And luckily my son found it. It
Yep.
was in under a kitchen bench. Gone, oh shit, no, I thought we'd sold all these. And there were the dinosaurs and the other time.
They're really good sets.
Yeah. Good Ben.
Well, we'll keep in touch.
Okay, Mark.
No worries. See you later.
Nothing better than a midweek deal on Facebook Marketplace. That lady was lovely. She's got quite a number of DVDs that she's selling, and she almost knows the true value of the items, but she does dock a little bit off to put it onto Facebook Marketplace. So the two that we got was the Golden Girls. Now the Golden Girls was actually great because every single one of these DVDs is brand new and sealed. Which is always going to add a little bit of resale value. Now, I was doing some numbers on eBay and it actually looks like it's about a $90 to $95 set if you've got every single one 1 to 7 in pre-owned condition. We've got it in brand new sealed. I'm going to list mine up for $99.95 and I'm probably going to get it being a completely brand new and sealed product. So it was really great to see the original artwork on it as well and brand new and sealed. I paid $30, so 30 into 100. Much better margins when you're looking at that sort of a purchase situation. So Facebook Marketplace can be great. You can often get better deals than that. I was buying literally individual titles off her and I was paying a premium, but the premium is so much better than retail arbitrage. This one here as well. Now, look, I've got an interesting story with this one here. This is the Time Tunnel. She's actually got 2 copies of the Time Tunnel. I inquired about the Region 4 copy and then she said, well, I've got 2 copies. Did you want both? And I said, no, this is a Region 2. I probably don't really want the Region 2. And she says, ended up giving me the Region 2 in the box when I came away. So I should have checked when I was out there. So I've got a Time Tunnel that I actually still want to swap with her. Not that selling Region 2 is bad. Like I can still sell this. But the Region 4 copy, playback here in Australia, no dramas, that's the one that I inquired about. So that's the one that I think I'm still going to go back to her and try and swap over. Anyway, it sells for $80 to $85 and I paid $40 to get my hands on it off her. So total situation there, you're looking at about $180 worth of resale value and I paid 60 bucks. No, 70 bucks. No, I must have paid, I paid 30 then for Time Tunnel because it was 60 bucks that I gave her. So $30 each. So 60 into 180, that's literally what I try and do with my numbers. 3 times my investment. Buy it for 60, sell it for 180, pocket 60 bucks in profit.
All right, so we've got this one here, North and South, the trilogy for $8, and it's selling for about 25 to 30, so that's a good one. The complete collection is the reason why I picked that one up. So that's a good one, that's the trilogy. And then I have also found 4 copies, season 1, 2, 3, and 4 of the unit. So this one here is $4 each, so it's going to cost me $16, but it sells for $40 to $50 on eBay, so I think it's worth a shout because it is the complete series set, which is always good. These are some Fox Motion motorcycle racing boots and they're $125. They're saying they're $400. But the condition of them is actually in really good nick. You can see the soles have hardly had any wear. I reckon we can probably get about $250 odd, $300 odd for these. So buying for $125 is actually not a bad price and I'm very, very tempted to go ahead and do this. Right, I've just found this as well. It is a Pioneer Blu-ray player and it's only $35. So I had a look at the model number, which is this right here. There it is there, BDP 150, and comps are saying about $100. So it's pretty decent. The model number information on the back there as well, but no remote, but I think we'll go ahead with that. Now, I have been buying a lot of Lego recently. This one looks like it has been opened up and played with, so I'm not 100% sure if it is fully complete, but it is only $8 and it's Animal Crossing, which is so damn popular in literally anything. It could be books, video games, Lego, you name it. Animal Crossing product sells really well. Combination with Lego, I think this is going to comp up for some really good value. 77049 is what I use to do my research. Just not sure whether to go ahead and take the risk on this because it has been taped up and it's definitely been used, which always makes me nervous because these have got a lot of pieces in it and chances are there's a few pieces missing. But if the minifigures were in there, that'd be great. Looks like there's a bunch of Paw Patrol and Bluey figures here. He's still popular, isn't he? Ton of different Bluey. It looks like it could be quite good. For a random bunch, you could sell this as one big bulk lot. That's cool. Moose China Ludo Studio. I think I'm going to do this. We've got a complete trilogy set here of The Hobbit. So The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Arms, The Desolation of Smaug, and The Unexpected Journey. And they're all $3 each, so $9 in. That'll go for about $35 to $40. Now, when you're playing with the Blu-rays, these ones here that have the extra disc, the Blu-ray plus DVD, they go for a little bit more. This one doesn't have that, but these two do. And you get a little bit more for it. So $40 if it was all like that. Because we're missing it on this one here, I should be able to get about 35, which is still pretty good coming off $9. Now, I'm not going to do this, but this is unreal. This is a Winnie the Pooh and Tigger combination of Merry Christmas on a sleigh. It's electronic and it plays back. $10. It hit the shelf today. Oh no, 2 days ago, on Monday. Completely genuine Disney product. That would do really, really well. But look, I'm already buying all these Bluey figures. I can't go ahead and buy something like this because it's not what I do. Still pretty cool though.
So I bought it. I bought it because it was selling for $200 on eBay. There was a huge comp, brand new conditions. I'm like, okay, what's it pre-owned? And pre-owned it was selling for like 60 or 70. So I had to say yes. I'm just checking I'm getting another battery there just to check whether or not it lights up. But just given the time of the year and the fact that it was only $10 in store, I kind of couldn't say no to that. That's just a really sweet item. I'll list it up for $60 if it turns on and lights up, but that'll be a good find. This one as well, I wanted to show you this. I bought this as well. These were $150 in the thrift, but it was the artwork that really made me curious. And if you have a look here, the band that you can see on the top there, it says Demented Argo. Now, I had never heard of Demented Argo. Let me know in the comments if you're a Demented Argo fan. They seemed to be popularized back sort of 10 to 15 years ago, back like around 2013. But Doc Martin and Demented Argo put a collaboration shoe together, and there was a comp on eBay for this exact shoe selling for $425 here in Australia. So for $150 in store, it kind of looked fairly cheap. So I've gone ahead and I've ended up buying that. There are people trying to sell this exact shoe all around the world for $500-600 odd. So this is a big shoe. I think 400 is probably where it's at. And I do think I'll be able to get the $400 for it. So that was a pretty insane find. I kind of couldn't say no, even though I'm kind of focusing into the DVDs and the Blu-rays, as you've seen. You know, shoes like that pop up, footy boots, the elite versions that are super rare, well not super rare, but super expensive. I'm just gonna buy them. I'm gonna buy them, and probably the plush toys like Winnie the Pooh I probably shouldn't buy because I do think that there is power to niching into a certain type of product. And there is a lot of power, I can dare say, for working on a higher average sale price. I'm not selling these shoes for $20 or $30 and trying to make $6 or $7 profit. I'm trying to make $100 odd, $200 odd profit in the one sale. That's so much more less work, effort, and energy to put money in your pocket. So we've really got to try and increase our average sale prices when we're selling on eBay. But that retail arbitrage at the start of the video where we bought all of those brand new and sealed products, it's not the first time that I've done that, and I probably should have said that earlier. This is done through multiple times over the journey. It's experience that gives you the confidence to make those big plays. And there's a video right here. This was actually the first one that I ever did, and I absolutely cleaned up. See you over there for that one.